I was just looking at your chart again. The gray horizontal line, just
Yeah,
like you did on the top. Do you want to add one additional space? Because I'm looking at
you mean
blue and Michael.
between,
Yeah, there you go. Make that twice the width right there.
and then get rid of all the color like that.
Ooh, I really like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I could totally
Would
do.
you, or try it filling it in gray as well?
Oh, well, I'll just do this. Make it wider.
There you go. That's all I was thinking. Just make it.
Or height 30, like that. Bigger or no?
Oh. No, I mean, it certainly works. I wonder
Okay.
if,
I guess I'll put you over here. I can figure out where. Um,
okay, how about
put you
if
back
you could do an extra space?
in between them.
Yes, try that.
In the middle of the gray or
Correct. So it's like adding an extra
no?
row.
Okay, wait, what do I
I'm
do?
sorry, but I don't want you to.
No, no, don't worry about it. Yes. Oh shoot. Wait. Copy, paste, and then we'll do that again. Darn it.
I gotta now make the middle one blank or white.
Like that.
Okay.
So it's just visually more pleasing.
I think it's visually more effective that it really separates out than the boxes.
Okay, yeah, there we go. So you
Now,
can
are you okay with
maybe,
that? You know?
yeah, yeah, totally fine. I want it to be easy to see and oops.
Yeah, I think now it's really separate and distinct.
Okay, yeah, this top line I'll have to mess with. I wonder if I should put this here. Oops.
Okay, how about just one other suggestion? Instead of gray, you want to make them black? See what that does?
Sure.
I think that may do it.
Oh, and really separate them out. Okay.
Now the vertical lines, why not keep those gray? You want to
Yeah,
scroll
I
out,
know.
see what that looks like if you scroll out.
Black or gray?
Um,
And then
I
if
think
we go back
are
here.
those separate? No, those are all the same part.
Oh, vertical or horizontally, yes.
Yeah, so maybe just keep those gray then.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool, yeah.
Now scroll out and see what that does visually.
Well, I wouldn't show them this tiny
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
I figured I would have them about this size.
Again, it's just me kind of talking over here on the sidelines. I don't want you
Yeah,
to.
no, you present way more than I do. But yeah, I mean, I would clean up this top edge, make this, I guess, black. Keep these gray.
Oh, okay. Now, how about this? This may sound contradictory here. I wonder if you put a little pastel in the middle line there because you've got the white background. You had it gray. Yeah, so either way.
Okay, do we what kind of color?
Oh,
You
oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, either
purple, green?
try
Green
any.
because that's healing. Yeah.
Now do the next one too, and then let's pan out and see what that. Does that seem to help them stand out?
Yeah. I mean, I'm so used to it the other way.
Yeah, see, I don't want to, it's your pro, I don't want to go.
No, this is fine.
So it
Yeah,
really
yeah, it
separates out.
makes each part very much more distinct, and then you can see how the red drops down, etc. So let me copy that and
Because what caught my eye was when you had the two parts that both had anger, so it looked like a continuous red line.
what I don't know what you
Yeah,
mean.
I'm sorry. So with Michael and Blue, both look at the amount of anger they had, but because there wasn't enough differentiation between the boxes,
Oh, it was hard to see the,
there you
okay,
go.
yeah,
There you
like
go.
this one, you can see the step down.
There you go.
I wonder, yeah, wonder what's easier on your eyes, purple or
Well,
green?
I kind of like that, the light purple,
Okay.
or maybe all, who knows, maybe alternate.
Yeah, I just can't, I don't want to use these colors because they're already in use. But yeah, the
You
purple.
like that color. I like that.
So let me put these here. Copy, turn it.
Someday I'll have to have you give me a tutorial on Excel. You're really good with that.
And this isn't even the formulas.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. So you can see one part is really distinguished from the other for sure. And then we just need to make this guy
Okay,
pink.
now wait, here's okay, one. I wonder if horizontally, if you can alternate with a pastel color.
Oh, like what, two different colors or three?
So the entire space of like Michael horizontally going across,
Okay.
make that one pastel color and then give Blue her own, and then alternate every other.
You mean within the whole
There
thing?
you go. There, try that. Do it. Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, so you can't because these are
Oh, never mind. Never
highlighted.
mind. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this works.
Although, okay, that's really nice. You know what? Mission accomplished with that. Okay, just
Okay.
get that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I didn't want to write. Bless your heart. Here I.
No, it's okay. What I'll do first is just do their actual emotion levels, and then if I have time, it'll be easy enough to do that once I'm not distracted with the other task.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay, it really stands out now.
Okay, good. So you see one part.
There you go.
You don't think they should all be the same
Yeah.
color, the alternating colors like this?
No, I think you're right. The same color.
Are you sure? I
No,
wasn't thinking
let's see what
about that.
we got.
It is kind of, I don't know, boring on the eyes. The alternating color, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just switches back and forth. That works. So then I would just,
It helps it stand out even more than with the alternating.
and then, okay, yeah, my parts are getting a little,
Yeah,
just
no, that's right. That's right. I want to be very mindful right here. I'm sure.
okay, yeah, but I just thought it was fascinating that Blue went from this just towering anger and despair to within a couple of, well, actually, it was more than a couple of months. It was probably, she was discovered, I think, in January. But once, the beating on Ted, and then she blew up her environment. That never even crossed my, it was her idea to get rid of her environment.
Is that right?
once we did that, yeah, she was, whew, yeah, I'm good. And it was around this time period that she started telling the other part. Well, no, it was actually before this, saying, look, you don't have to stay there. You can get out, you can blow it up, you can change your name, you can change your clothes, telling all the others, and she's totally peaceful and happy.
Wow.
She's like a little leader. Consider she's the first split, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder if I should
Yeah.
center this.
Yeah, here I want to be of help to you, and here I'm suggesting.
No, it's fine. If it's, yeah, I mean, you're going to be you're the one. I'm so used to it the way it is. I don't know. What do you think? Oop,
It separates it out. Now it's visually, it's easier to
easier
see
to see.
what's
Yeah.
going on.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, yeah. And then Michael, he, yeah, his anger's coming down 10 to 8 to 6.
Okay.
And I was thinking about this while I was doing this, thinking, well, when I'm out there beating on Ted, it's generally because I have a new part revealed itself and it's stressed out and anxious and tense. So I'll have them work on Ted. And I haven't even used this chart thing yet because there's always a new part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking, well, okay, once the new parts stop, then I can go pinpoint the ones with the highest anger levels and then put them out there. But I think what's happening when I'm beating on Ted, the new part's beating on it, but the other ones that are angry as well are going, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
right.
could be 10 parts at once doing that, not one at a time.
Mhm.
So I was like, wow, okay, that's fascinating because I don't remember thinking about Michael at all on Ted for months because I've had so many new parts releasing their anger. But I wonder if he wasn't holding it all for them. You know what I mean? And now that they're releasing it, his is coming down.
That makes total sense.
And a lot of these parts, their peace and happy levels, all of them are probably at a one level on peace and happiness just because they're living in Lake City. They're not alone. Their prisons are destroyed. They've got a new name and it just a new name, new clothes, new home. And the fact that I asked them to look through my eyes and see where we live. And yeah, we got this big badass that lives with us, so we're good. Just that's enough to give them a peace and happiness that was non-existent before.
There we go. That makes
Just just being coming into present time makes them peaceful and happy. So yeah, I only got down to
Matter of fact, Diana, I really think you should show this to help give people hope that it's possible to start making
oh,
measure.
today. Okay. Well, if you think so, if yeah. What's in the back of my mind now? So it'll probably come up
Then
like,
you can kind of do a teaser. You can say, here's I've I've been working on different projects, and here's the sum total that over the span of, do you have the dates? What span of
well,
time?
I do. It's up here. So this is June, August,
Look at that, four
October.
months, Diana. That's phenomenal.
Well, I started TED in April.
Okay.
So, but by the time I got here, I was only conscious of their levels
Okay,
in,
so half a year, give or take, or I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
But to give people hope that they don't have to be struggling with this 20 years from now. Just
Okay, yeah, I'll keep this in the back of my mind then, for sure.
yeah,
Where are we, Michael?
that can be a
This
great
is,
that could be a great sort of teaser for the next, for people. That's going to be a cliffhanger. People are going to want to know, how did you do it? What's your secret?
oh, for all the parts revealing so quickly and so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this. It's first you had me make that chart, the graph, and then doing their impact levels and fleshing that out. And then realizing, yeah, the TED stuff, how do you deal with 181 people working on TED? And then this idea came. And but it was your guidance saying you got to work on the ones that are angry first. Because when their anger goes down, or the fear, anger and fearful, because when I noticed like with this part here, which was Grandpa who turned into Gerald, his fear levels came down, anger came up, and now his fear levels are down, and anger level went down as well. I thought that was interesting. I thought the anger might go higher, but it hasn't. And then it dawned on me, well, maybe that's because Michael, or he's releasing it with other parts with
There you
Ted.
go. There you go.
And from August until October, he's got, and this part right here was where I did that aha, where if you want to be in the power position like you were then, you chose to be a Satanist and participate. That was great. We survived. But now, look through my eyes. We're in 2024. You have a 59-year-old body. That's not true anymore. What's the power position in this time, in this place, in this world? Because you're not in your prison anymore. You don't have, that's not your environment. What environment are you in?
I know.
Well, you're in this environment, and we're Christians. And okay, so you can choose Satan or God, your choice, but who has the power position?
I
And
know.
because he learned from the parts that had direct experience with Jesus saving them, and they were able to communicate, he's like, well, wow, Jesus is more powerful than Satan. So who is the power position? Well, that'd be Jesus. So okay, I'm in the pros and con list for being in the cult. You
Right.
know, is I think what he realized he was lied to. He doesn't have to be all that fearful. And he's like, cool. Well, that's a whole lot cooler than being a Satanist. I can be happy and Christian. I don't have to be angry and Satanist, angry and fearful and be a Satanist. And I'm like, no, you don't. So that was his thing. Let me see.
This is, Danny, this really is what you're doing is one of a kind, right? You're just doing it for you, but I want you to know, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing like this out there. So you're going to be able to give people
When you
hope,
get to measure it, yeah.
right?
And
It's
and I had here's an interesting thing with the smoking. Remember I told you I made the list of the smokers, non-smoker who was fear, pain, whatever they used the cigarette for. Well, I had only had like 6 cigarettes that day and I was feeling great. I felt excellent the next day. But that night, that part revealed itself from getting beat up by this violent man. My
oh God,
boyfriend trafficked me and my rage came up again. I worked on TED, but I wound up smoking a pack of cigarettes again yesterday and I realized, okay, as each part comes up that uses a cigarette to deal with things, okay, well, once they start healing and their emotions come down, the smoking's going to come down automatically
there you
anyway.
go. Good for you. Good for you.
And I just thought, well, that's interesting. I keep having good days with cigarettes, only 2, 3, 4 cigarettes a day, and then bam, a part shows up and I want to smoke.
There you go.
And I realize, well, oh, okay, it's that part doesn't know how to handle shit. Yeah, I'm okay. You're here in the present time, and I'm looking around, but nothing's really different yet. Like I'm a little calmer because now I exist to you. Now I have a new name, I have new clothes, a new environment. Granted, her environment hasn't been blown up yet, but it's like, okay, I'm not at a 10 level, but I'm like at an 8. You know?
Diana, what you just described, it's very interesting. What you just described is the answer to compulsions, to compulsive.
Yeah, and I felt, well, once I'm done addressing, Well, and I've noticed too, about 2 weeks ago, because through the 4th of July, I bought a cake and strawberries and whipped cream, and Chris doesn't eat a whole, so I got a whole cake to eat. So I'm back to this high sugar level stuff again. But once the holiday was over, and I'm figuring it probably had something to do with satanic holidays as
Yeah.
well. I notice now every day instead of needing, like a big dessert, I'm happy with just a little cube. It's a cube of caramel covered in chocolate with a little salt on it. It's in a jar. I got it at Sam's. And they're cool with just that. As to where before it used to have to be two or three of those, you used to have to be a big bowl of something. So I've gone from probably a 400 to 500 calorie dessert to a 70 calorie
Yeah.
sweet at the end of the night. It doesn't even cross my mind to have sweets during the day now.
Okay, there you go.
Just
Right.
that
So
one little sweet at the end of the day, and I'm good for like 2 weeks now. I've been meaning to tell you that. And I'm like, wow, well, that's awesome.
good.
So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Let me see if I can.
So you're going to do such a service, right, to help even to this. That's huge to discuss the connection, really to
Yeah.
reinforce
So I think just
underneath all
as
this
you
stuff.
address this stuff, because I thought, well, I'm gonna have to, I made my little chart of the sweet eaters, or what did I put here? Oh, it's a separate page. I had to make it a separate page. Yeah, the sugar eaters, the ones that want the stuff with sugar or salt. It's just automatically and naturally reducing without me having to, now maybe when another holiday comes up, it might increase again. But now that I'm conscious of it, I say, well, okay, are you in your prison? No. Were you here with me and Chris? Are you safe? Yeah. It might just happen automatically and I won't even need to do that. But I think if I sense myself, like when I go to the grocery store, I don't have to walk through the sweet area, the bakery. I'm okay just getting the loaf of bread and leaving. As to where before it used to be, oh, let's walk around all the dessert tables and see, do we want cupcakes or cakes or cookies or, but now it's like, oh, okay, we got the bread. And I remember the last two times I just got the bread and walked out. And I thought, well, that's cool. No one wants to get something there. And like, no, we're good. So we got the candy, the chocolate caramel candies at home. We're good. I was like, right on. So there's not even a conflict at the store anymore. I don't have to go, no, Diana, don't do that. Yeah, let's get some. No, we don't. There's not the argument anymore. So I was like, wow. And it just kind of happened organically.
There you go.
Not like with this cigarette business. So I'm thinking, once all the parts that reveal, ultimately there's got to be an end point, you know what I mean?
There you go. There you go.
Because I was talking about this in one of my journals, was your chart. I put your chart up and I was talking about it. Let's see. Okay, journal parts. Sorry, my eyes have a little bit of oil in them, and no matter how clean my glasses are, my vision's a little blurred.
Yeah.
So I've got your chart and I brought it up and I was talking about it and I said, well, imagine that this wounded child has finally revealed itself. And I said, if you want, and I put a link to your show with Emma, and I said, you've made an earthquake through here. The gatekeepers couldn't stop and whatever. This little part goes up there. And it's now safe and happy and is permanently co-conscious. I'm aware of them. They don't have to go back
Okay,
down
good.
here
Good.
anymore.
That's right. That's right.
I said, all of these other little parts down here, they knew it was full, but now they sense the absence of this part. And they're going, well, how did that guy get to go up there? And why did that guy get to go up there? And
Good. Good.
what's happening here? And so now this guy, sneaks past the prison guards and becomes co-conscious. I said, now you have two empty spaces and 20, 30, 50 other parts going, well, if they get to go, why can't I
Good,
go up
good,
there?
good.
I said, and that's what happens is they all just start running, or I forget what you called it, doing an end run around or
Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I?
I forget, you used a specific phraseology. And I said, and then what happens, I said, because you got this part here and this part here, created this earthquake over here and earthquake over there. I said, the whole structure is now not solid concrete anymore. It's broken up concrete. And so this part over here is saying, well, I know we're still full, but I want to sneak through that crack too. And then the people on this level are noticing the absence of this part. And they're going, this guy said, well, I want to get the hell out of here too,
No, good, good.
you know? And then, maybe blue, or maybe this part that squeaked up there revealed 20% of his information and then came back down.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then a week later reveals 20 more percent and comes back down. These guys are noticing what's happening and that this guy is no longer hanging out here. He's maybe hanging out here.
Yeah, there we
Or
go. And they
maybe
also
hanging
notice,
out here.
and they're noticing that the worst case scenario is not coming to pass, whatever they were threatened with, or
Their fears, yeah. They're
there
like,
you go.
oh, yeah. And then I explained in the journal, I said, well, and the funny thing was what was is all the parts that were non-cult members, the kids, the parts that wanted help and got help and took off and left, the only people left down here were cult members, loyal to the cult. And I said, once I started addressing those people, the trauma bonded, the
Yep,
obedient submissive, I said, then they started squeaking up to the top,
that's
or
right.
maybe they came out and hung out here for a while. And then, after a couple of weeks, they hung out here for a while. And then when they felt safe enough, then they revealed.
There you go.
I said, I said, you've got to embrace when they come up here and give you a memory. As if you're having a dream and they're telling you a story and you decide, nah, I don't feel like recording it. They're not going to trust you and they're going to come back down and the fissure in the earthquake is going to close up. And they're going to have an attitude about doing it now
Wow.
because they don't trust you. I said, so you've got to go, you have to lose your sleep. You have to, if you think about it, when we were kids and we were abused and we had, up all night being abused, hurting and pain, you go home, you sleep 2 hours and you got to get up and go to school. Your sleepy part handled it then. Ask your sleepy part to handle it now. And the thing I discovered is when I wake up sleepy and tired and I got to go about my day, if I go out and do a TED talk, it zips that adrenaline back up and the sleepy goes away. And I don't even think about being tired.
Wow.
So, but that's the thing. If they reveal to you and you don't acknowledge them, and acknowledgement is recording it by in hand or dictating it on your phone or typing it in the computer, however you're going to record it. If you don't do that, they're going to say, fuck you. I can't trust you either. I'm going to go back to my prison because this is what I know. I may not love it, but it's what I know.
That's such a crucial point that you just made, what you just made right there.
And it'll be even harder for them to reveal to you.
That's right.
So if you're drifting off to sleep and you have that memory and it'll go through my mind too. So I'll think, oh, I gotta record this, and another part will go, oh no, let's just drift off to sleep. And I've got so many parts now that have come up to the co-conscious level. They'll scream at me, no, no, get up, record it. You'll deal with the sleep problem later.
Okay.
You know?
Very
And
good.
so I'm like, okay, and I get up and I record it. You know, if that part all of a sudden needs a cigarette now, I'll let them have a cigarette. Or if they need to cry, they can cry. Because as the weeks and months go by, you'll handle the tired, you'll handle the cigarette, you'll handle the sweets, you'll handle the whatever. It's just embracing them in that moment, they wave their hand. If they wave their hand and you say, get out of here, they will go away.
Okay, and that, Diana, that is such a, I know I keep repeating myself, but I'm telling you, when I keep saying it's such a crucial, because one of the big misnomers out there, as you know, is the issue of deliverance. Okay, that is a very dangerous,
And it's not just even
a
waving
fallacy.
them away.
It's a
It is
fallacy.
with it's I won't say violently, but it's close to violently
Yes.
invalidating them.
Okay, 100%. So maybe,
It's like, and not only is you got one people, but you might have 20 people around you in the present time, and they're basically hammering you back down. They're hammering you back down.
and I think that's where, just as gosh, who was the guy that had the Oxford education that was supposedly
Derek Prince.
okay? See, I think that's where the CIA were smart, right? What they did is they
They
figured out
set
a
it
way
up.
to invalidate everybody.
And you're re-traumatizing
There you
that
go.
exact part. So now it not only has issues from the past, it's got issues from the present
There you go.
that or recent past, you know, rather than 20 or 30 or 40 years old. Now it's just a week old, and now it's a month old.
Right.
And so now it's got a new prison. It's got the prison from childhood, but it also has the prison of wherever that deliverance happened.
That's right. And it's all
Now
happening
they've got two prisons,
in churches, so they get re-perpetrated upon in a way.
and they're not going to want to go back to church.
There
They're
you
not
go.
going to trust the people who are Christian. They're not going to trust whatever that environment is. I'll say I don't trust churches, but it's
Right,
not
right.
because of the deliverance thing, but I just think that they're not as they should be.
But I think that's such a powerful message that you're going to be able to deliver, which is it's not eradicating, it's not getting rid of, it's embracing and becoming a very large team.
And yeah, and yeah, and just saying to yourself, you know what? Yeah, I'm tired. I want to sleep. That'd be that'd be the lovely thing to do, but we are in a process. And this process right here and now, I get scared, I'm smoking, I'm eating too much, I'm this, I'm that, but now I know why. I know what parts they are. And what I'm experiencing in the here and now is nothing to what they did for me back then.
Yeah.
You know, for me to do this for them right now, okay, I'll be sleepless, I'll be tired, I'll be crabby, I'll be nervous, I'll be scared, I'll be crying, I'll be beaten on Ted. Now my shoulders are sore, you know, which might be a body memory or it might just be a Ted soreness, you know. The fact that they see you putting yourself through the discomfort means the world to them, at least in my world. It's like they're like, look, she's being our warrior. She's doing it.
Mhm.
And it's nothing compared to what they went through. Like that, when the memory of Trip first came up, and I literally tripped in the street when I was walking Dixie. And I thought, well, I should go home because I'm limping now. We don't want to make it worse. And my parts are screaming, really? Really? Are you a pussy? Think about what we went through. You can't handle that. And I said, well, no, I guess I can. I can limp for another mile. I'll do that for you. Is that what you want? And they were like, yeah, we want to go on the walk. And so I did. And they're like, well, cool. She's willing to be uncomfortable for us. And that just led into the next, into the next, into the next, into the next. You've got to willing to be uncomfortable for them. And it's the price they want because they weren't just uncomfortable for you. They were tortured, terrorized, raped, electrified, all that for you. You know what I mean? So I think it's worth the discomfort for a year. And it's not even every single day, every year. It's maybe 50% of that year. And I don't know how I would handle it if I were working. Obviously, I wouldn't have 8 hours a day to spend doing this. But, if I could not work, put in 6, 8 hours a day and have all these parts show up in a year, okay, well, you're working, you have only 2 or 3 hours a night. If you're willing to give up TV and social media and go into the mall and shopping, spend 2 or 3 hours a day working on this, your parts might all show up in 3 years.
And just between you and me, Diana, I really not that just that phrase, right? Even though I have no doubt that we'll reach out to you. She's just going through it, but she's pressing forward. She's
Oh, good.
purchasing. She now has top of the line. It can dual ice bath, hot bath, sauna.
Wow.
You got a dry heat infrared sauna.
Oh my God.
Putting
We
just
go
like
there just to use that stuff.
so, like $9,000 a pop. She's already putting things in. I just saw a picture. She's trying out archery in her archery lane.
Yeah, I love the idea of it, but my worry is that if someone's not in the right place, like she talked about throwing axes,
Yeah,
what if you drop it on their foot and cut their toe off? She's gonna have a lawsuit on her hands.
well, I figure maybe that's where there'll be a buddy.
There's got to be a
Yeah,
safety
yeah.
thing going
But I
on.
really think the
I don't know
idea,
what.
but I think the idea, what an invaluable thing. And I've given her enough sense that, you know what, if you build it, they will come. And so what a neat thing then to be able to have a 2 to 3 week intensive where somebody can take time off.
Yeah, yeah,
They're going through your material, and at some point in time, maybe you'll videotape it, but still you're going to need to be there in some capacity.
yeah, definitely. I think whatever we do, we should videotape it. And, whether it's, however she wants to handle it, because it's her business. I would just be a consultant
Mhm.
going there to provide services.
Mhm.
But yeah, she could do online course just through videotaping our classes and the interactions between us and the students.
Mhm.
Because they'll have questions that we have maybe never ran across. But yeah, and the only thing I think about that, I get excited about it, and I get bummed out that I can't be there full time with her.
Well, you know what?
Like,
Let's see what the Lord has planned.
yeah, maybe down 10 years from now or whatever, I don't know. Chris he's obsessed with being in oh, I shouldn't say it. Well, I'll delete this out. He really feels his purpose is he really does. So I'm like, I can't evaluate that for you.
Maybe there's a
See, yeah. But he wouldn't have the same cachet that he does here
oh,
because
yeah,
he's been there 35 years. Everybody knows him. For the past 10 years, he's been the shit. And he likes that, so
or maybe I mean, who knows, right? This thing is so beyond anyone, and I'm just sort of on the sidelines like a coach watching different pieces starting to coalesce. It's like
yeah,
very interesting.
I know, I know. And anyway, so Yeah, I don't know what I'll get into with Emma. Like I said, I just thought I would have her guide me. I'd show the map to start, and or maybe she'll even ask me, well, how'd you go from 180 to 185 parts in a year?
But I really think now that
Well,
I'm
these are the tools,
and
and
now,
give
and
me
now that we're
that.
talking about it, I tell you, I really do plan on bringing up the graph that the bar
Oh, the
graph.
emotion level one.
I think because that's going to really help people, because Emma, to her credit, she has guest after guest after guest
But
after
they give
guest.
you no practical
But
tools.
for
They
you to
give
be
you
able to show a bar
intellectual
graph,
ideas. They give you, yeah, I mean, yeah, the journal's a practical tool. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about TED. No one, I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about a timeline. I remember Svali talked about she was staying with a friend and her friend insisted she work on it 8 hours a day every day. I thought, well, that's a practical tool, giving yourself a job. And that's what I've done. I gave myself a job. I'm just compelled to do it. I'm thinking, what am I watching this bullshit on TV for? My parts are they're preoccupied with
oh,
fixing.
I just thought of something. Have you had a chance to do a website?
No, it's been going through my mind, and I actually looked online to figure out, who offers what and at what price and at whatever. And the funny thing is, it's like I want to put Alan's stuff on there. I don't know if Melissa would get freaked out or what, but I don't know. I don't know if it would not to compete with her, but to offer it to a different audience so they don't have to go there. And I could put links to purchasing the books that would go for her because I don't want the money, but I want to get the information out. But it almost seems a little secondary right now to the SRA information. And the past two or three journals that I've done, which
Oh, okay, wait, I'm sorry to interrupt. Um, I think I think you could start consulting because people are going to be wanting to contact you to ask questions.
well, and I've been putting that out on my journals the past
You
three.
have a PayPal thing where they schedule. Why don't you
I'm
anticipate
not
that?
going to sell anything.
Well, how about I think your time is worth something. If you
Oh,
start,
you mean as an actual consultant?
yeah, there you go. You could be a coach. So they
Feel
could
like I'm
go,
such a baby in this world. Who am I to
okay, just like, no, but look, you've got the charts and you can help.
how to utilize them?
Your
Yeah.
time is important.
When what was funny yesterday is that part presented itself and I was putting it in all the graphs. Because that part was 21 or 22, and I'm trying to place it. And I started looking at all like the part that showed up when I was 30 and I said I had to straighten out the timeline for all the people in their 30s. The same thing happened with this part in my 20s. I had about 8 parts not in the right chronological order and they were starting to no, I came first and then this happened and then because they're all co-conscious now. Before when they came up, I just kind of guessed or it was kind of an intuition where they were, but now that most of them are co-conscious and I have a new one, they're going, well, wait, no, I happened first and then second and then third and then fourth. And so I had to rearrange like 8 or 10 parts. And I was like, wow, okay. Well, thanks for that. And so that caused my, the paper part, the one that does all the recording, Piper, she was getting anxiety, going, well, God damn it, now I got to switch 10 parts on 10 different graphs. And I said to her, I said, would you rather leave it wrong? No, but it's just a lot of work. And that was the overwhelm that I was feeling when Melissa was saying, well, we need the file and and I'm like, Piper's overwhelmed right
Yeah,
now.
and
Just
poor Piper, right? I come on saying, drop
switch
that
this
line down.
graph. She was the minute she said that, she's like, what? What? And
Yeah,
I asked her, I
that's
said,
right.
well, isn't it easier on the eyes? And she's like, yeah. So I'll
I
get
know,
it.
but I was very mindful of what I was going to do to Piper, right? So I almost didn't suggest it.
But
But
she just, that's what she does. That's her purpose. She's like, fine, fine. I can get it done. It'll
and
only
you know
take
what? I
an
think it's
hour or
totally
so.
legitimate. You don't have to finish it, and you can let
Oh yeah, I can maybe get the top 20 done.
or even just say, you know what, this is a work in progress, and here's kind of the version I have right now. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I
here's
like it better, actually. I do. She does
yeah, here's
too.
also
But she's like,
here's what I
God
was
damn it, I
thinking.
thought it was done.
Oh, okay. Um, but it really brings out, I think,
I
it
shouldn't say God damn it, I'm sorry. Gosh
but,
darn it.
um, but here, interesting thought, because as you start to introduce that, and I have no doubt that Emma's gonna want to do a series with you, where
She
you'll be
said
able
so already. I'm
to
like, are you
start, yeah.
kidding? Yeah.
Okay, so
She didn't even know me.
if you have then if you make available, they can they can have a link or download the charts.
Well, that's what I've told him.
If
I
they,
said, email me and I'd be happy to send it to
yeah,
you.
but here's, well, if you have your site, you have it available, and then with calendars, you probably are more aware of this. Here I have Susan, so she books everything for me, but I've seen calendars where somebody can go in, it shows your availability, and then they slot themselves in, but they're paying for that slot or,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And so that would be
Oh,
interesting. I've seen that.
thought
It's
about
very
that.
sophisticated where it's like, the host sends you their link to the calendar and you get to choose. So if I'm the potential client, your client, I'm going to go in and see based upon your availability. I'll slot myself in and then I pay for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. Well, my parts will store that away and play with it. Yeah. I that just never even occurred to me. I just thought I would have the site up with the forms available and maybe different reference materials and your videos.
But I really think, or
Here's your
don't be
homework for the week. Watch this video and write
there you
down
go.
your
But don't be
questions.
surprised if somebody really wants to, go over theirs with you or kind of like, okay, really a tutorial. So
Yeah.
matter
Wow.
of fact,
Okay.
the guy that does the remarkable thing, there you go. Do you have one of these, Diana? Little remarkable pad,
No.
and it's an electronic pad. It's just kind of interesting. So it's a tablet, but you can use a pencil. They have a pencil that has a feel of paper, but there's a lot of
Markable
different,
pad.
yeah. So it's called Remarkable.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, when you turn it on,
Oh, I thought that was like a
no, look at that.
binder.
It's really neat because
Okay.
then right, you tap this, you got files, and you go in. Let me tap one here. So what do we have here?
I mean,
Oh,
I don't even use my calendar on my phone. I still have a
okay.
calendar hanging on the wall.
But anyway, so a little trivia. But the guy, one of the guys that put out, okay, it's unrelated to, so with the Remarkable, there are people that put out day timers or calendars.
Like
And
the Franklin Planner. I
that's
love it.
exactly what it is. As a matter of fact, look at here's, I just tapped on it and up will come, okay. And so that was, you can tell I haven't really, here's the days, so I haven't really gone to it.
Oh,
Um,
so that's your planner then.
but you can also, what's interesting, you can zoom in on it. But all that to say, I purchased a little planner. Although I got to get back to using this, I've been so distracted. So I purchased a planner for this, and the guy that is selling the planner, then you can schedule 15 minutes or a half hour with them. So that's where I started to,
Sure.
uh, and so when you do that, he has one of those programs that it, it shows his availability and you choose, you slot yourself in. So I'm thinking with you,
Okay. You just made me realize something. As I thought, well, I was like I said before, I was kind of bummed out I couldn't be with Kate all year. But I realized that's what I could do when I'm at home. Is just work with people.
You're a trauma
I
coach.
guess I feel I don't have like your qualifications. I don't have your knowledge of the Bible yet. I
But
don't have that psychological background.
but they're not,
So
they
who am
don't
I
want to know
to?
that. They want to know how to bring their depression down. How to, so,
Sure, yeah, yeah. And I guess my biggest fear is that what if I do something wrong and someone commits suicide? I mean,
no, you won't.
I wouldn't even know how to deal with that. I
Well,
like,
then you're referring to me, the crisis kind of stuff, or who,
yeah, I wouldn't even know how to evaluate if someone's near that, if they're
I
cutting
don't think
somebody.
they're not gonna call you like that. Or if they start to have it, then you have some numbers that you can give them. But no, they're gonna be, these are gonna be people that want to take it to the next level.
Yeah, instead of floundering around
There you
and
go. There you go. So
it's like
I
I was
really
thinking
think,
about, I know she's preoccupied with her son's death and grieving and all that, but I keep wondering, has she even written down that model part on a piece of paper? She knows
yeah,
she has one part at least.
right.
And I'm like, have you written it down yet? I
So
keep
I really think
thinking that to
this could be
her.
the beginning of you becoming a trauma coach.
Wow, that's
Because
flattering. I mean, thank
I
you.
really think.
My parts are flipped out. I'm not smart enough for that. I'm
Oh,
not.
but look at the work you've done. The very fact that I mean, you guys are the internal expert. So you
Well,
blazed the
yeah,
trail.
I mean, if that, yeah. So, yeah, I guess maybe so. I'll give you the practical tools and how to utilize them and what might come up and what might, whatever. Yeah, that's cool.
Because
And
I think
the
you're going to
deeper,
get,
deeper, deeper stuff, I'll send to you.
so I get the feeling you're going to start to get really inundated. So you might as well think in terms of, you know what, charge a reasonable price, but
I wouldn't even know what that is.
well, you'll figure that out. But that way,
Okay.
as you're talking to them, you're bringing in extra income as
You
well.
know what's happening in my head is I was thinking, well, okay, if I earn some money working with, I want to tuck it away because I'm wanting to remodel my kitchen. It's like a 40-year-old kitchen,
Yeah, there we go.
except for the fridge and the stove. But I thought, oh, they're going, then we could do the kitchen.
Okay, there we go.
And Chris won't get upset.
Diane, I really think this could, and
Moneymaker's already planning out where she can
okay, there we go.
do with it.
But I really do, it makes total sense to me that as you are going to start, there's going to, I believe this is going to become a series on Emma's. And therefore, people are going to want to be able to talk to you, to ask questions. And so your time is valuable, right? As you're
Okay.
continuing to work on your stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe look for that kind of calendar program.
Oh,
And
and that's why you're suggesting this remarkable pad.
I'm sorry. I was just using that as an example where um, I bought the planner. The planner came with the option of the guy sitting down and describing how to get the maximum out of it. So I paid a little bit extra to have a
Right.
one-on-one with him.
Yeah.
And his when you signed up, I thought it was pretty high tech. So he sent you a link. There's his calendar with available dates. So I was
Oh,
able
I
to
see.
send the
Okay.
available dates that, of course, he put in. And then it eliminated some back and forth because you don't have a Susan, right? So it's
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I got
therefore
Susan in my head.
you just put your availability on there. Now, don't ask me what program, but it's obviously out there. And
Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm really good with scheduling time. And I think with Emma, because she told me that she usually does her interviews on the weekends because she works during the week. And I thought to myself that it's Chris. He doesn't want me doing this stuff on the weekend because that's his time. And I don't want to be sitting here having an interview, obviously with the door closed, with my attention on Chris's discomfort.
yeah,
But it doesn't, I think after this first one, because I'll be able to do it freely, Chris won't be here. And I think I'll get my considerations out of the way, that by that time I'll be able to say, okay, Saturday morning or Sunday morning, and then whichever one I'm not interviewing, Chris and I can have together. Because generally he'll either go on a Jeep trail trip with his buddy, or he'll sit out in the garage drinking, or sit around watching TV all day, and I'm sitting in here doing my work anyway. So he's just gonna have to get over it, and what, maybe 3 or 4 interviews, 3 or 4 weekends is not gonna kill anything. But I think it was just his first one. I needed to not have my attention on
Are you
Chris.
going to do it in that office where you have?
Right here. Yeah, I can't, the lighting. I
Well,
gotta
that's
figure
no,
out the
it's
lighting,
fine.
because see how it makes my glasses all glary?
I don't. I
Yeah.
don't.
You don't notice it? Oh, good, because that's all I notice is the glare in my glasses.
Well, I think because of the angle of the camera, we're missing out on the glare. The audience is.
Oh, well, that's good, because that's all I see in the on the
Yeah,
screen.
like right now, there's no glare on your glasses in this.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's all I can see. Okay, good. Well, that's fantastic.
yeah,
Okay, good. I'm glad I mentioned it.
yeah. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, I'll show you where the glare starts. Like right now, I can't see any glare. Lift up. Okay, I see some glare. Now go back down. Right.
yeah, I gotta keep.
Whatever's comfortable for you. So no, right now it's perfect.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I'm looking at the thing and the lights are all above. See, what I have back there are 2 grow lights on a plant, which I could remove, but then I can't see my desk. And then I've got 2 lights just above the monitor so that I can see the keyboard. I
Mhm.
just need a better lighting setup, so. But yeah, I'm way comfortable in here. This is where I did all of my Allen work.
Well, there you go. So you can
The
shut a
old
door.
computer. Now I got the new computer and it's all John work.
But I
Right.
mean, are you able, you have a door that you can shut and all
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And he can feed Dixie if I'm in, if it's
Oh, there you
feeding time or whatever. So, okay, well, I'll just let the interview go where it will. And until then, I'll
go. Okay, well, okay,
use my
ready?
graph and
Make a little note. Have the bar graph
I'll just
available.
have it open and waiting. I'll have all of them
Okay,
open and
and you know
waiting.
what? Blame it on me, but you can either reference it, just say, you know what? Somebody strongly recommended I make sure that I showed this to you and your
Well,
audience.
no, I'll just say, my counselor had me suggested I started beating on something, a bag or the bed or whatever. So I bought the TED, show him a picture, and after a month or two, I realized, well, how can I keep track of what parts anger levels are super high or don't need TED or and that's when this chart dawned on me. Well, let me record who's at what level,
But
and
that chart also reflects
then
all
I
the
could
work,
show them the level. Yeah.
but it's also reflective of the sum total of what you are doing, Diana. So it
And I
really,
guess so. I never thought of it
oh,
like that.
100% it is, right? So it takes all these components. So you could say, whatever you want to call this, that the sum total of all the things that I've been doing, here's the different, or here are the
Yeah,
notice.
the anxiety's coming down, the
So
anger's coming
you've got
down.
multiple things you've been working on, and together it really takes that comprehensive approach, just exactly what you're doing to actually get the results.
Yeah, I guess so. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because at some point, whatever parts are angry, and let's say over a year and a half or 2 years of working on TED, nobody's angry anymore. And you're peaceful and you're happy and your anxiety is also gone and your sadness is also gone. Can you imagine what life would be being happy and content and peaceful? And if something does get triggered or whatever, it's easy to handle over the course of a week or two.
Yeah. There you go.
It's like, wow, just the idea that you don't have to have that underlying crap anymore, which before you thought, for me, I guess I just thought, well, like, I didn't even know I was an anxious person until I started working on this stuff. I thought I was totally fine. Yeah, Chris could push my buttons and I could get angry and go from a level 2 to a level 10. But now that doesn't even happen. I can just handle his anger without being angry back. It's like, well, that's cool. So yeah, so I guess maybe that's how Jesus experienced life. No
Yeah.
anger, no anxiety, no despair. He was just happy and peaceful,
Mhm.
contented.
But became intense at the right, at the right time.
Yeah, well, that would be the righteous indignation.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Well, you're doing a
oh,
wonderful job,
thank
Diana.
you. Thank you for this little back and forth.
Welcome. Well, let me pray. Let me pray for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. We thank you that Diana and I could talk together today. And Lord, I ask that just as you've arranged this with Emma, that first of all, have Emma confirm, just so there's that communication. But Lord, thank you that Diana and all the parts are willing to do this. Lord, there's such a need. There's such a need for survivors to have practical tools and to know there's hope. So thank you for the work that they all have been doing. They've been doing the hard work, and so now they'll be able to help others understand really a guidebook on how to experience the peace and the rest. So be with her, be with all of them as that interview will start, and just help them to know that you're going to be right there with them, guiding the conversation. Thank you for Emma's heart. Continue to bless her and the ministry she really has going, but also, Lord, continue to draw her to yourself, open her eyes to be able to also understand the need for discernment for who she's, all the different kinds of people that she's having on her program. Lord, also thank you for Gray. Continue to heal him and draw him to yourself. Lord, thank you for your grace. Thank you for the relationship that we have with you. And we'll trust that as Diana is willing to step out like this in faith, that you're going to continue to put pieces together for her, as well as, Lord, if it's with as far as some sort of a therapeutic retreat or whatever that might be, Lord, just continue to pave the way for everybody involved, and that's going to be involved. Lord, thank you again for your commitment to us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you.
Okay, well, and
Today's Thursday, so we got tomorrow.
that's right, that's right.
And then
I'll
you'll
have
see the after effect. You get the
Okay,
before
that's right.
and the
That'll,
after.
yeah, right. Well, it'll be brief. And I'll have to figure out either from you or Emma, I guess it'll be Emma, then when this is going to air. So my commitment to you and to her will be that before this airs, I will have launched the first one.
Launch
So
the first one.
I'm sorry, on the first video response.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's great. Something neat. Does she know what's going on with you?
I've just, yes, but I
Okay.
haven't been able to, we've just kind of done an
Just,
indefinite hold
yeah.
until I can get this first one. But as you know, it just keeps expanding. Boy, I pulled another all-nighter or not last night, the night
Oh my
before.
goodness.
But it's really,
Every night I pray, God protect you and
thank
see
you.
and
As a matter
surround
of
you
fact,
with angels. And I said, give them, help them to fight off their enemies and just squash them.
you're awfully sweet.
Because
Um,
even with me, I said this to Melissa, I said, even with me, I remember the sexual abuse and I approached my father to heal it. I said, why isn't Nicole doing that? She's reaching to LGBTQ people to attack him. I said that what kind of a person is that? I was like, what? Anyway,
That's
Good for
been,
you. Yeah. I think,
so,
yeah.
so that'll,
Spread
well,
them with the truth. Help people take the time to watch it. You know, the LGBTQ people will, but I don't know about like Melissa herself, 17 hours. Oh, it's not worth my time, but I hope it
yeah,
will.
well, that's right. That's, I'll know it's successful when people give me that response. It's like,
Yeah, and by then, I think by November, I'll be revealing that you're my counselor and this is the successes I'm having. And they'll get to see our actual sessions and that you're not feeding me information, you're not manipulating me, and that you are genuine and that you do bring Jesus and the Bible into it. And, the only things they're not going to see is the parts of it where we talk about Chris.
so I think that would probably be very much appreciated. But between you and me, the only reason I reference it is I get the feeling
To
you're
see
going
if
to be,
I had similar experience.
well,
Yeah,
and I get the feeling you're going to be working with her in the future as well.
really.
Mhm.
I'm thinking she's got more under her belt than I do.
And
She's
you're doing some very unique work.
Yeah, because she's more, I always forget what left brain and right brain is, but she likes, I perceive her as very, very creative side, and I think I'm more the analytical side. So, yeah, maybe together we could just be friends and help each other. So that would be cool.
But
And
it
if
may
we both wind up at place,
that's what I'm envisioning you guys having some.
left brain, right brain, and then you got there. I'm not sure where she's at with that, but yeah, okay, good. So yeah,
I,
I'll let you go. I feel a little weird taking your time up on a
oh,
off
listen,
day,
no,
but
I wanted to do that because it's a neat thing that you're doing. So,
thank you. I
okay,
appreciate
well,
it.
we'll plan on tomorrow then.
Okay, definitely. I'll see you then. Have a good
Okay.
night.
Would you text me and let me know when it's going to happen so that I can be praying for you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
There you go.
Hopefully I'll remember.
Oh,
Okay.
either way then.
All right. You have a
Okay,
great day.
there you go. We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, bye.